You're watching 48 Fastcast.
All right, welcome to our 48 Fastcast, where we recap some of our biggest stories of the morning. I am joined by 48 First Alert meteorologist Eric Burke here. And Eric, we started out a little chilly today, but Eric says this is going to be the best day of the entire week.
That's worth celebrating right there. But temperatures right now out the door, mid 40s to low 50s. And we also have some areas of dense fog to deal with. We've already seen some improvement across the Tennessee Valley. But if you're traveling north up 65 through Giles County, Pulaski, you see that 0 there. And also persistent dense fog over portions of Jackson County, including you in Scottsboro. You're down to 2-mile visibility in Fort Payne. But now that our sun angle is improving, we're warming up already. This fog is going to mix on out, and it does turn out to be a great day with sunshine and high temperatures in the mid 70s. Cooler tomorrow, periods of rain showers and storms, not just for Wednesday, but Thursday, Friday, even into Saturday now. Did have to just bump up that chance for rain over the weekend. Hate to see that. Sunday still trending pretty dry, so that's good news. But rounds of showers and storms. We're not forecasting any strong to severe storms for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. I would grab a jacket or a sweatshirt of some kind heading out. Temps are in the mid 40s to low 50s. Winds will be light today out of the west and southwest. Gina?
This is your 48 First Alert Road Report, sponsored by Bankston Motorhomes.
All right, we have a crash on the Parkway near Maston Lake Road. This is where all that construction is happening. The backups are getting worse, so there is a lane blocked in the southbound lanes here, so just be aware if you are traveling through this morning. You may want to take an alternate route or just give yourself extra time. Also in the Shoals, we have a crash at US 43 Hatch Boulevard westbound near US 43 BR, so that does not seem to be causing any issues, which is good news. Drive times still don't look bad. Decatur to Huntsville about 29 minutes. Athens to Huntsville will take you about the same. Well, the city of Decatur officially has its newest police chief. City leaders made the decision last night. The city council voted to approve the hiring of Birmingham Police Captain Tory Mack. Right now, he is set to start on June 2nd. His hiring, though, is contingent on him passing a background check and some other screening procedures. Mack's salary will be $151,000 per year.
I don't know why. I can't even answer that. It's just someone tried to take my cub from me here. It was scary, and I just wanted to see where he was.
Now to a story you will only see on 48. A Danville teen is recovering this morning after being shot at a party. 18-year-old Keelan Spiegel was shot twice Saturday night at a party on the shores of Wheeler Lake. He had a bullet lodged in his spinal cord and also another bullet go through him entirely. His mother, Amanda Cole, says she was notified about what happened when Spiegel's girlfriend knocked on her door and said that Keelan had been taken to the hospital. Cole tells us more than 100 people were at that party, but nobody is talking. Limestone County deputies say they found 50 shell casings in the area. She is now waiting for someone to tell authorities exactly what happened.
To shoot a gun like that and to devalue a human life. My kid's never been allowed to have a gun. Parents pay attention. If they're posing with that gun, then they're not smart enough about it. These kids, they get this traumatized look on their face. They just don't want to tell you nothing. They don't want to tell you they saw anybody do anything.
Cole says the area is known to be a spot where kids come out to drink and shoot guns. Now, if you have any information about this shooting, call the Limestone County Sheriff's Office. Now to another story you will only see on 48 News. Shocking new details were released yesterday in court regarding the relationship between a Huntsville murder suspect and a former homicide investigator on her case. Shaniqua Brown is accused of shooting and killing Jasmine Moore at a Huntsville apartment complex in 2019. Jury selection for her trial got underway yesterday, but before that started, the judge acknowledged that Brown and former Huntsville police investigator Julia Johnson had an inappropriate relationship. The judge also said she saw explicit photos that were taken between Brown and Johnson when they took a trip to Tennessee. Johnson was the lead investigator in Brown's case. Johnson is no longer with the department. The state has said that he has simply retired. Brown's trial is expected to continue later this morning. All new this morning, 2 men in Huntsville have been charged with Armed robbery after police say they tried to rob a person who was selling food. Huntsville police say Jerry Golden and Roy Johnson tried to rob that food vendor late last month along Patton Road. The two are accused of demanding money and even threatening to shoot them. Both suspects took off before officers arrived. They were later found and arrested on Sunday. The two remain in jail this morning. Hatton Elementary School in Lawrence County was locked down yesterday after someone reported seeing a gun. Now, school leaders tell us that safety concern dealt with someone possibly having a weapon on campus. Authorities later found an airsoft gun. We're told no students were ever in any danger. The final suspect connected to a 2019 murder case in Madison County has been sentenced. Caleb Holden will spend the next 20 years in prison after he, along with two others, killed 72-year-old Diane Ballard. Holden previously pleaded guilty to both murder and robbery. Madison County investigators say Holden and the two other men went to Ballard's home near Ardmore to meet her grandson for a drug deal. That meeting turned violent and Ballard was shot and killed. Now, the other two men involved in this case, Adrian Lopez and Quentin Courtney, have already received their sentences. Lopez is currently serving a 40-year prison sentence while Courtney is serving 30 years. The two will be eligible for parole in 2034. Fallout over Madison Utilities' decision to remove fluoride from the city's water supply continues. Dozens of people came out and spoke out at a meeting last night. 18 said they disagreed with the city's decision to remove fluoride, while 12 said they support it. Councilwoman Connie Spears, who also works as the council's representative on the utilities board, says she has received almost 150 emails in just the last couple days regarding this move. After getting feedback and hearing from the community, officials decided to hold another public hearing on May 13th at 5:30. They're asking you to show up and make your thoughts known.
Please come out and listen. We're going to do a presentation of the entire timeline, the process that happened, the process that is required by the state. We understand now that our community wants to be heard before the vote.
The city was planning to stop adding fluoride to the water in mid-June. Utility board members are still considering where to hold the next hearing, the public one, since they anticipate a packed house. In Franklin County, Commissioner Michael Murray has died at 51 years old. Murray was sworn into his position in November. Funeral arrangements for him have not yet been announced. Well, if your child has ever stolen your phone and accidentally ordered something, you may want to stick around. We will tell you what one second grader ordered on his mom's phone next. All right, if you have any personal documents lying around that you need to get rid of and you need to shred, or some unused electronics and medication, you can get rid of it all this weekend. This Saturday is Coleman Shred Day. It's happening at the vacant lot across from the Hobby Lobby on Broadway Avenue Southwest from 9 a.m. until noon. You can bring up to 3 kitchen-sized bags or 3 file cabinets full of documents to be shredded. The Coleman Police Department will also be on site to accept any unused medications. Well, check this out. One Kentucky mom had quite the surprise, and not a good one, after coming home. She came home to 70,000 lollipops that she did not order. Holly LaFavor's son, Liam, ordered 30 cases of Dum-Dums after playing with her phone this weekend. The cases cost $130 each. Liam ended up spending more than $4,200. LaFavor says Amazon would only let her return 30 of the boxes, but she was able to get other people to buy all of those other boxes.
Now, your First Alert weather with meteorologist Eric Burke.
Yeah, I don't know what I would do if my kid did that. I would not be happy. I mean, I like Dum-Dums, but not that much.
Timeless classic right there. Good doctor's visit. Here's a Dum-Dum. But glad they at least offloaded some of that haul. There, as far as the weather, cool start this morning, temperatures in the 40s and 50s, so grab some kind of a jacket, but the fog will start to mix out. Turns out to be a beautiful day. Look at our noon temperatures here in the upper 60s to low 70s. A lot of sunshine early in the day, light winds, and then we do start to see a bit more cloud cover arriving as we go into the afternoon and evening, but temperatures will be about 5 to 10 degrees warmer than yesterday, and overnight tonight, mainly cloudy skies. There's a chance as early as the morning commute tomorrow that we're tracking some isolated rainfall. I don't think we'll hear any thunder or see lightning until we go into the afternoon and evening tomorrow. And Wednesday, this is going to be hit and miss. No widespread threat of rain or any threat of strong to severe storms. And that goes for Thursday and Friday too. What we're likely just anticipating some interruptions or delays to some of your outside plans. But if you forecast put together the 3 days of rain, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, anywhere from half an inch to an inch and a half. And that's actually lower than what the model was putting out for our rainfall totals earlier this week. Yesterday, actually. Here's Guntersville. Dense fog still over the bodies of water. Severe weather threat this morning is off to our west into parts of Texas and Oklahoma. Hour by hour forecast for today looks like this, warming up into the mid 70s, west-southwest wind. Showers and storms back in the forecast for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Did have to bump up the chance for rain also as we go into Saturday. Now your weekend not looking like a washout by any means, but Saturday the day that would bring you a little bit of rainfall there. And then into next week, we're back in the 80s by the end of your 10-day.
This is your 48 First Alert Road Report, sponsored by Bankston Motorhomes.
All right, back to that crash on the Parkway near Maston Lake Road. Still seeing some pretty significant slowdowns there. There is a lane blocked, so just be aware of that. Taking you now to 565. There's a bit of a slow stretch there if you're getting off of I-65 onto 565 and going eastbound. Just be aware of that at that interchange there, and also that typical slow stretch starting kind of from Mooresville Road down. Drive times right now still looking okay. Decatur to Huntsville about 26 minutes. Athens to Huntsville about 31. All right, my friends, that will do it for our latest 48 Fastcast. Hope you enjoyed.
Have a good day.
Bye.
See ya.
And talk about what Bill Clayton told